Hi, my name is Amy, and thank you very much for watching. So, this is my second time trying to live stream, so hopefully this time uh, the screen will actually, yeah, it looks like it will. So that's cool. Then, I'm in Discord, and I'm going to at everyone again. It's better for me to show up before everybody else. Anyways, my cat and I sat down way too soon, or close to 7 p.m., so we were negotiating lap. But she is in my lap, and so I'm more than happy to go through this gallery with you, the both of us. Okay, I'm gonna send that now, and then I'm gonna go on to Twitter, put it off to the side, and I'm gonna message just a couple of people. And just a few people that said they were going to come. For some reason, I don't really want to so for the last, well, this is the fourth gallery. The last few galleries I wound up doing a Twitter space and a walk along, and I don't think this needs to be a Twitter space moment, but you never know. So I'm gonna go back into Discord and make sure I am all by my lonesome. Someone asked me in the last walkthrough how many pictures are here, and the answer is, not including the flooring, it is 113 images. So I guess, hey James, just sitting here talking to myself. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm good.
well, thank you for coming to the first one as well. Can you see?
Yeah. What? What do you
Here.
say?
Oh, I said thank you for coming to the first walkthrough as well.
Yeah, of course I should have been there, yeah. And you must be really tired from today.
Yeah, I took a nap, and then when I was like just really going to sleep is when my alarm went off. So now I'm extra tired. But at least I tried, right? What time is it for you? It's it's like 1 a.m. or
It's
something. 12?
12, yeah, 12, after 12, almost 1 a.m. Almost, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I don't have any rights to
Mhm.
complain. You are usually up later, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm usually up late.
Yeah.
So how is the gallery been going?
Really well. Some people said they were gonna come. And this is like the party that no one shows up to, except I am streaming this on Twitch and YouTube. So even if no one shows up now, um, it'll be on YouTube and stuff later. So hopefully people will start to to look. So,
Okay, that's good.
yeah. So since the last time we spoke, I actually did put in these. This is just a introduction to the Scarlet Letter, and then instructions on how to walk through my gallery, which was a request a couple of times ago because people couldn't figure out how to move forward or backwards. So there is. I'm using my keyboard, so I don't have to use it, but there's this thing here that you can use as controls. You just like click on it and you can go. It helps if you're on mobile to use that. So you can use this on your mobile phone. But like if you're the only person here, we're just gonna go straight to your work again. So yeah, because last time we looked at the other one, but you have, it's 3 pieces, isn't it?
I really cannot remember. I think is it 2 or 3? I really cannot remember. I think it's 2.
Okay, 2. Okay, yeah, this is the other one by Camera Divine. So you can see 2 of them here. She has a 3rd one in the opposite.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. I really like her photography. And have you ever been in a space with Camera Divine?
I don't think so actually.
Well, she has poems. She reads poetry, and they're actually really super good. So, yeah, I'm super glad to have met her. And Pony's over here on the left. Have you ever met I Am Pony?
Well, I think I've heard of the name before. I think I've seen her in a space.
Yeah, she's super cool. She's one of those people that you meet on Twitter and you're like, wow, we're eternal friends now. But yeah, this is your second piece. You left last time. I'm assuming you had things to do. But yeah. I was really careful with how I placed your art because, it's really cool looking and you're a male model and I just wanted to do right by you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I personally liked how it's a cube, so you could see how you are with different angles. You're not like against a wall or anything.
That's true. It's wow. It's amazing.
Yeah. So did you do this one in a studio as well, or?
Yeah, I actually photographed this myself. Actually, this was set on time. I just did that and took it myself, and I did most of the editing on my phone actually.
Yeah, it looks very stylized. Like I know it comes from a photograph of you, but it also looks like a painting. So.
Yeah, I did it on my phone actually. It was nice.
Yeah, it's done very well. I like it. And we have Blind Chimp over here. And then, do you know Moses? Boniface?
Yeah, I think I know Moses.
Yeah, so he has this one, which I should know the name because I spend so much time on these. Blinded by the superficial. But, yeah, I think it's really beautiful how he did this.
Yeah, I really love the flowers and I like the idea about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was executed really well.
Yeah, wait, how many arts are in this gallery right now?
It is 113.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot of art to look at.
It is, which is why if you're the only person in the room, we're not going to go over it unless you specifically ask me to go and look over at something. I mean, we can, but I actually
You said you're live streaming this, right?
That I what?
You're live streaming this. You're live streaming.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we
Very
have,
easy.
yeah.
Was I've forgotten her name. She was here in the first.
Tina.
Ah, yeah, Tina. Right?
Yeah. I think sometimes the way that the video does, like, it doesn't load correctly, but I'm glad that it loaded correctly last time because now it's just like a black box. So I guess if you want to look at it later, it'll come out to play. Like sometimes
Yeah.
I'm just really glad that when she came in here, it wasn't a black box because that would have been embarrassing. But yeah, that's where her stuff is. It's I probably need to use like a different provider and
So
introduce
like,
caching.
uh, yeah, I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is live streaming, so I don't think I should ask questions here, right?
No, this is live streaming and we're having a conversation, so that's fine. This is great.
Okay, like the people that are like bought the tickets, how are they seeing this actually?
So they're invited to come to these walkthroughs. It's just that I only offer it on Saturday, and I guess they're busy and don't want to come, which is fine for me because they have the ability to go to the dashboard and they can do a self walkthrough. So if you go to bandbooks.art, I'm not sure why this is .shop, but if you go to bandbooks.art and then the dashboard, am I logged in? No, I am not logged in. Let's do that. Okay. So if you go into the dashboard here, you can enter in the gallery, and there's a scavenger hunt, and these are the event reminders that you can do. So I think for the 10 p.m. one, if literally nobody shows up for this one, I will actually create a Twitter space and just do like a hybrid method. That way,
Yeah,
we get more people
better.
actually in the room and more interaction. Because last time, people were having problems getting into my Discord, so I wound up just doing like a weird hybrid thing. And that's why we're live streaming that way. Because I looked, and on Twitch it did the live stream, but and it didn't, like, it's not available to see on like replay. But YouTube, it is available for replay, but for some reason when I did OBS, it didn't actually have the screen doing anything. Like, it just showed what was loaded up. And so I am actually recording it with QuickTime as well, this conversation. So I wound up just loading that to YouTube anyway, so that people will actually be able to see this. I'm assuming that, it's one of those things where I'm still building reputation. So, in the future when, we have hundreds of people signing up for this, which we have about 20 paying customers for this weekend. It's like the gym membership, James, where, you bank on people not coming. But in the future, when we have like hundreds, people will be able to go back and see this, like an earlier gallery. So I'm also thinking that maybe, I don't really want to commit to next week, but in the future, I'll do like walkthroughs again, and just like bonus walkthroughs of previous galleries. That way, and not on a weekend, because like Saturdays are tough for people. They have lives.
Oh, that's true.
Like, not everybody's like me that can just do this stuff. But if you all missed this, there's these red buttons on all the artwork, and they take you to where they're being sold. So this is the rest. This is James's collection. So.
Wow, I never realized I had so many NFTs. Oh my god.
Yeah. And
Literally never planned to make this much.
yeah, the Golden Man is still available, y'all. So there's that. And then, um, yeah, you're a good artist, and I'm thankful that you submitted and allowed me to use your work, and hopefully we can work together again in the future. So
Yeah, obviously. That's great.
yeah. So yeah. And by the way, this is James. I'm telling like a random thing, but I'm pretty sure that's it for you. But, but
This is my first act actually. I really love this.
yeah.
The one is what like basically I think it's one of my best NFTs I've made. It's really, really it's like it's kind of eye catching and it's evil and it's also beautiful. It's just it has different meanings.
Yeah, I was making up stories in my head like, this is your getaway bag full of money, and like you don't give it like you're getting out of like a bad relationship or something, you're just burning the whole world down. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it definitely could have a bunch of backstory to it, and I would believe it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, you explained last time how this was like a costume, right? That you adapted?
Yeah, that's like real. That's an actual costume. The red suit and red drag with shades and the bag. Yeah, just it was actually great.
Yeah. Get someone to Photoshop the red bag as being like a gasoline canister. We have a complete picture.
Crazy dude.
But yeah, I like it. You have like a sense of purpose, and you can see like the embers and all of the details that make it like a cute. I guess cute's not the good word, but like a complete photo. Very cinematic.
So yeah, it really makes sense. I think this should be like physical. I don't know. I think I should make it physical, but it's going. I think I should make it huge, like a huge physical art. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so for me, for this gallery, I decided not to try to like do prints and stuff like that, because that stuff is really, really expensive, and NFTs are worldwide, and it would definitely like I would only be able to I don't have a physical gallery, and I would have to like rent it out and all that stuff. But I think this would be really cool if you printed it on like like metal or something.
Really?
Yeah. It's yeah. I think it's properly like you should make, well, I don't know how many of these pictures you had, but make it like a whole collection.
Wow.
I like him. But yeah, it's up to you. Like there's such all the NFT artists, like they have their own strategies on how they deal with physical goods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's because like NFTs are digital, and it just because you might have someone in like Australia that wants your work, and then all of a sudden you have to deal with shipping and logistics.
Yeah, that's true. But where is your work in this spot in this gallery?
I did submit something, but it's not exactly my work. Well, I mean, unless you count the ground, because all of these tiles are background images I made. But
Wow. I mean, are this like AI or digital?
yeah, it's AI. I use Midjourney for the most part. The sky.
Wow.
I did the like the sky. Like
How long does it take to
yeah.
make this gallery?
Sorry, how long did it take me? 2 weeks.
Wow,
Working tirelessly.
it's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and a lot of this artwork was this is from the AI Artathon where we as a group created this art using Midjourney. It's like an interactive Twitter space that I do. And I am on my way to look to give you, and it has an entire story to it. Let's see, it's over here somewhere. Oh well, this boot is mine. This boot I'm actually really proud of.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is beautiful. Well, I really love the colors actually. Like this is beautiful. This should be more awesome in the physical. Like the colors and everything is amazing.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how this one turned out, and it just yeah, I really like this one. I'm gonna turn this into an NFT eventually. Usually the stuff that I donate to, like that I do when I put in the gallery, I just donate to Banned Books Art, but this one might need to be just like from me. So
That's true.
but I like it, like if I had an AI art style, it would be like this watercolor dripping ink feel vibe, like abstract. It doesn't have the same, like I didn't have to it's kind of AI art is weird because like I just put like desperation or something as the
Yeah.
as the prompt, and then it just did it for me, and so then I have to come up with the story afterwards. But okay, so this one here is what I submitted, and the reason I did it is because there's terms of service to Midjourney, and you're not allowed to do anything that's explicit. And this guy was on Midjourney, and it was just like a bunch of vaginas, and I was getting really pissed. And so I like even went so far as to try to figure out how to get him kicked off the server. But then this one, I was like, actually, it's kind of artistic. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's actually very brilliant. Like
yeah,
it's wow.
yeah. So I'm
It's
not,
good.
yeah, I'm not normally someone that does this kind of art, but I was like, okay, so like you're a woman in a woman part, and so we'll just. I think this is something that should be saved, and it's not like the best quality, but I don't know. It has a story to it. But yeah, this is my submission technically, and then I'm like now I'm like, so we had the boot. I know it has a partner here, as I'm good like that. Here, oh yeah, on the edge of the world. So like I said, like this would be my like art style for AI.
This is I'm speechless. Like the colors are very fast. Like they're amazing.
Yeah. Thank
Color
you.
combination. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I always feel like people are being polite when they say that my AI art is good. Like I did this type of style with Midjourney. It's kind of, you have to go through a lot of iterations to get something that looks like this. But yeah, this is like a lighthouse in the sky. I like it. But yeah.
I like it too. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the second gallery tour, right?
Yeah.
Wait, how long did the first one last? I mean, hours.
So, you know, um, the first walkthrough we did, it was about 40 minutes today. So I'm okay with us leaving when we're done here. But I've done these where they're, with a group of people and the gallery is like an hour and a half walkthrough. I don't mind. Like this is the weekend that I've set aside to do walkthroughs for people that want more like insight into what art is in the galleries themselves. So there's that. And right now I'm just like, okay, so what art would I say is my art? Because like all of this AI art is from the stuff up here. I do like this one in particular, but this is from like the AI Artathon. And the only other piece is we actually just went through the chamber, but let me go through, I guess. Sorry, this is taking so long, but so this is the section with the stigmas, and I wound up putting wow, you can't even really see it, but this piece of art here is actually in the foundation here. Let me see if I can do so Kevin Page has the Art by Artists collection, and yeah, this is me. So I wanted to put some of our art in there, and this one I liked. It was just like a gothic fairy.
I literally never knew walk, bro. You're literally hiding. You know that, right? This is fascinating. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, like it's not like a beautiful piece, but it is. I like it. I mean, I liked it enough to submit it as a piece of art that I've done, but it's also one of those things like your thing where I've come up with a story in my head, and like this fairy's going somewhere, and she's like, she has a sinister plot going on, you know?
Yeah. It's incredible. Wow. Wow. I love this actually.
Thank you, James. I appreciate that. And like I love your photography as well. Yeah. I don't know why, but I always am like, they're just being polite when they say they like my AI art. It's not the best. Like I just use Midjourney. I don't use Photoshop or anything, but I'm proud of it. So
You should definitely be proud of it. It's not easy. Actually, you should be proud of it.
yeah.
I have a question, yeah?
Sure.
Like, why do you do this galleries? I just feel like it's because I just want to know why.
So I had a dream at the beginning of the year that I actually bought this domain, the Banned Books Art, and I dreamt that I had started the project. And then when I woke up, it was available, and I was like, okay, fine, we'll do this, but we're going to do this in the Web3 type way. So this is basically me putting together a world that I want to live in. Like, I want to to collaborate with artists, and I want to do as much real world good as possible. Like, there is a very it's there's a very concerning conservative movement in America right now where they're banning books, which is like literally they're restricting access to ideas, and there's certain topics they do not want us to talk about. So this is like a counterculture. If they don't want me to talk about it, I'm just going to talk about it more. So for me, it's important to have these themes that are based off of the things that people don't want us to talk about, and use the art to create like a safe space for us to be able to talk about those topics. And then I want to always give money to charity so that we have like real world impact. Like this time we're giving to Medical Students for Choice, which it's a charity that teaches medical students how to perform abortions, which in America right now, they're trying to restrict access to that, and it's going to increase deaths for women. And so, being a woman myself, this hits really close to home. So I just wanted, like for this particular gallery, just a place where people could express their frustration and just, show their support for the cause.
Yeah, that's true. I think I saw that in America. Yeah, I think you already banned it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we used to like really, really ban books. Like there was a censor board that they would just anything that was obscene or they deemed to be obscene, they would ban. Literally, like they wouldn't publish. But nowadays, it's usually just like they ban it from the library, and so and also curriculum. So if you're not being taught about it in schools and it's not available like in stores or in the library, it's the same thing as like a publication ban. So, and like the US isn't the only place that bans books. It's just the one that I happen to be the most familiar with. So do you know of any books that are banned in Nigeria?
Sorry, I think my network was working off. Yeah, books that are banned in Nigeria. I never really read books that much actually. I'm a science student. Actually, I studied geology in school. So read more from basically the world. I studied more about the world, about natural resources and all, and how the world was formed, those kind of things. So I studied in school.
So in Florida this year, they actually banned dictionaries.
What?
I know. They said they were too woke for schools. So they actually banned people from donating dictionaries. And they also, earlier in the year, they banned math. They banned some math books.
Wow.
So I was like, Florida, you don't have to be the perfect example of what I'm trying to advocate against. You can be normal in some things, Florida. So
literally makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. They were like it was some math books that were using statistics about they were using data from a study about it wasn't even a racist thing. It was just like inner city deaths or something like that. And they were like, this is critical race theory, and therefore we have to ban the entire book. So, yeah.
Definitely hilarious. Like, it makes no fucking sense, actually.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, Really, Florida? You're gonna ban, they banned like, I think it was like 38, but I was, instead of doing this gallery, gonna do Math 52, because of Art Studio 52, and just have it be like art based, like not art based, like math based art. So like beautiful visuals and like, I don't know, things with like squares and stuff. I would have to let you all figure that out, but it'd be um, like a math game or something. But then we wound up doing this gallery instead because the whole not having access to healthcare is kind of a pressing issue.
Yeah, that is when I saw about the abortion ban, I was like, this is not right. Actually, forcing a woman to do that is actually not right for her and for the society and also for the child. It's of no positive view. Like, there's no positive advantage for banning this because it's going to affect the child, the mother, and the society and the country. So I was like the president didn't think about that at all.
Yeah.
Because when you force like a woman to give birth to the child, that might not turn out well at all.
I mean, already they're like, even though, well, she finally got the abortion, but like her baby didn't have a skull. Like, you're gonna make this baby that when it gets birth, like the brain is going to like slip out and like it's going to be an immense amount of pain for the days that it takes to die, and you're going to make it do that instead of aborting it now and it just dies. Yeah, she had to like go to New York to get her abortion, or like the 11-year-old Ohio child that needed an abortion, but she was 6 weeks in one day, and so she had to also travel to get an abortion. And I mean, obviously that was rape when it was 11-year-old child, and children that young can't even if she could give birth, like it would mess with her internal organs and she would not have a quality of life. The mother of the child having the child would not ever be the same. It would be very difficult, and it's actually dangerous. And like, yeah, it's like I live in Washington D.C., so when they first made that ruling, I went and I protested at the Supreme Court. But ever since then, I'm just waiting until November, and I'm going to vote, and we're going to be doing a protesting art gallery in November. So we'll just yeah.
Well, there's an election coming up in November.
Sorry, say that again?
You said you're waiting for November, so you're going to vote for what?
So, in America, on November 20th is when we have our midterm elections. So, I live in Washington, D.C., which is not a state. So, I do not know what's on my ballot right now. But before the election, I will be looking it up and making sure that anything that has to do with abortion, or just making sure that we have the correct candidates in place. I'm just going to do my my job as a citizen to make sure that because on off years, like the midterms, and you get more like local officials, and the local people are what affects your life the most. It's just that most people for some reason only care about the president and who is the president. So yeah, it's one of those weird things where like I live in Washington DC, so we're not a state, which means even if DC votes that they want to allow abortions, the Republican senators can just say like, you're cute and that's funny that you think like that, but we're just going to not allow you to do that. and so then we will also have an abortion ban, even though in Washington D.C. like we're actually like a rather liberal city. So it's America's weird, James. Honestly.
I just feel like it's.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they both kind of weird, but Nigeria's. I tell you, it's worse actually. Nigeria, I wouldn't say weird. It's crazy, like completely crazy, like completely crazy. I don't know how to explain it, but just believe me when I say it's crazy.
Yeah, so I can't say that I'm up to date on Nigerian politics, but a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago now, I worked for USAID, and we actually created like the infographics so that American senators could understand what work USAID did and then get, countries their funding. And we had a project that I just knew it was the Nigerian project, and I never actually worked on it. But what they would do is they would hire new employees and not tell them, but then the first week they were at work, they would say like, "Congratulations, you're going to Nigeria." And so they would just like ship the new employees off to Nigeria for a few months. And I thought that was hilarious. But they would just be in like the resorts and like under heavy guard and stuff. But yeah, it's much more difficult in Nigeria. Like, do you have access to well, I wouldn't say like electricity, but like just like how reliable is your electricity and stuff?
Horrible, actually, completely horrible. Like, and there's no like normally. I know like in the US, yeah, you guys just have like a blackout like once in a long while, right? That might happen just by accident, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And or in Nigeria, yeah, they take off the lights basically like 5 times a day. So it's just like, well, different states have their different timeline. In some countries they have in some states they have like 7 hours of light a day. Some states have like 12 hours of light a day. Some states have like it's just different hours a day. No states has complete 24 hours. That's just the basic facts. 24 hours of light of electricity. That's one of the more horrible things. And the annoying part is that I feel like we are actually the ones supplying. We supply electricity to other countries, and they are enjoying 24 hours of light. We, the source of the electricity, are not enjoying 24 hours of light. How does that make sense? Countries. Yeah.
And I've never paid attention enough for like, is it the infrastructure or is it political?
It's basically like political. That's where the issue came from, actually. That's where the issue actually started from. It's political. All the leaders from back then, they never really utilized the resources. We like Nigeria is one of the most blessed countries in the world. We have all the resources, like if not almost all the natural resources, we have them. But our past leaders never used them well. They just wanted to just get their money and go. So none of them actually wanted to build the Nigeria, because we were completely blessed with natural resources. We had so many oil, gold. We had everything. But we should actually be one of the best countries. But right now, the leaders we have actually fucked it all up. So yeah, it's all political.
I heard about a documentary once where basically it's like the curse of the oil countries of like, because of oil and the way that it's been structured, like the companies and how it's drilled, like it just, every country that is a major oil provider, like it really messed up their economy and how like the haves and the have nots. It created like a really unequal society. So, I know that relatively I'm super privileged compared to you, but I really, really appreciate that, you're able to come and like we're able to still communicate with each other. And yeah, and I really hope that like your stuff sells and that it helps you get yourself to like a better like situation, or like help sustain you.
Yeah, actually, my plan basically is just to like um become like very popular model,
Mm-hmm.
like one of the best models. Go around different countries. I do really want to tour the world. Actually, I want to see different countries, like walk on runways in different countries, and just make my art be in different countries. So that's all, basically. Not much.
Yeah, I mean, COVID probably didn't help with those plans.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't actually help though.
Uh,
It didn't.
have you gone to any like modeling agencies?
Yeah, of course. I started modeling about 2 years ago. Of course, I'm in a modeling agency actually. But it's kind of it actually needs you actually need connections in Nigeria. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
one of the most important things is connections. Yeah, you need to know people that know people that know people. Those kinds of things. That's how most models actually traveled, or they were in the right agency. So yeah. For me, but the thing is, I'm also a student. I study geology. I told you, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
also want to do that also. So I have so many things to do.
Yeah, but I mean, it's exciting. You're in an exciting part of your life. I've heard so many stories of supermodels that, like American ones, that are like they just went to Europe and then they got into modeling agencies. And oh, can you hear my cat?
Yeah.
She's very sad about something. I don't know what she's sad about, but she is angry. So, but yeah, a lot of places in the world are like that though, where it's like you have to have connections in order to be like in the upper echelon of whatever industry you're going in. I'm sorry that I don't have any connections, but I'm willing to show your art. So there's that.
Yeah. Wait, how long have you lived in Washington DC?
So 2015.
Wow, since 2015.
Yes.
So you were not like, wait, was that when you moved to America, or you're
No,
in a different state?
so I am a Floridian, and which means I was born and raised in Florida. And
Okay.
yeah, I lived in China for 3 years after I graduated from college, and then I came
Oh,
back to Florida. And then,
wait,
yeah,
China. China.
yes, I lived in China for 3 years.
You speak Chinese.
I used to, yes.
You used to. How can you forget the language, basically? If you learned it, you've learned it. How did you forget it?
It's one of those things where like if you don't use it, like I think about it sometimes, but I'm slipping in my vocabulary. My pronunciation was never good. My reading, I like to read it. Um,
Okay,
yeah.
so can you say how are you in Chinese?
你好吗?
What?
你好吗?
Okay. I think you have their accent, yeah.
It's a bad accent, but if any Chinese person, they'll be like, yes, that was definitely Chinese. She tried to say.
You
um,
you
I
didn't study.
yeah. Say that again.
Was it to go and study? You went to China for?
Oh, so when I was in college, I was an Asian studies major. So I studied Japanese and Chinese. And then I was an English teacher in China. So I studied Chinese while I was there, but I was an English teacher. And then, I came back, I became a programmer. And my sister actually went to law school in a school in DC. And when she got married and had a kid, my parents were like, we're moving up north to be near our grandchildren. So I wound up just moving up north with them because I used to live near Tampa, and back then I put in job applications for DC and for Tampa, and Tampa had like 3 applications for developer roles every day, and DC had like 30. So I'm like, well, do I have a better chance of getting a job with the 30 applications that are open, or job openings that are open, or the place with 3 applications that are open? So, yeah, this is a much better, much higher wage, much, there's a lot of like after work meetings, at least before COVID. There was a lot of like after work activities I could do that were free, get, the free dinners, which but, yeah, it's really nice up here. I definitely recommend that you come to Washington, D.C. I think everybody would like it because it's just very walkable. Like, you can just walk from place to place, and there's good public transportation. So, it has all the famous buildings. So.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Basically, you've gone to, like, just China and US. That's where you live.
Yeah.
Or, like,
I hope that you get to do your international traveling stuff, because now with the NFT stuff, people from all over the world. So it could be just like a grand tour for you to go and do the modeling stuff and hang out with NFT people.
yeah, that's true. I think that's true. I'm really happy for the NFT space. I'm kind of sad that I had to learn about it very late. I learned about it about 4 months ago. That's when I joined. I wish I had learned about it earlier. I would have been actually better for me.
It's one of those things where, like, even though you wish that you had come to it earlier, like, we're still early in the space. And
Yeah, and like I feel like the deep after the whole the things that happened, that was very bad in Nigeria actually. So many people almost were crying. It was very powerful. Because so many people lost. Can you hear me? So many people lost their money actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were a little quiet there for a little bit, but yeah, with the recession, or global recession, like, a lot of people lost their money. Unless you're talking about, like, was it like a civil war? Am I?
The deep in the coins in the Web3, in Bitcoin, Ethereum. Yeah, the deep happened about 1 month ago, or 3 months ago? I can't remember. That brought it all down. You remember?
Yes, I think it was in April, because people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's a bear market," and I'm like, "Dude, it's been like 2 weeks. Like, if your project can't handle 2 weeks of a dip, you're probably not a good project."
Yeah, that's true.
And, like, yeah, it's gambling, but it's also an investment. Like, you don't, or at least I don't, view investment as a short-term thing. Like, I should actually just go ahead and buy more Ethereum now, because we just did the merge and it hasn't shot up to the moon. But I believe that someday it will. So, buying, it doesn't, psychologically, it doesn't feel good to buy it when it is a depressed amount. But, when you buy it cheap, you can sell it high.
Well, but the fact is that it will take time, though. But just have to wait.
Yeah. I mean, it's not helpful when you are trying to use this for, like, groceries and your rent. Like, I understand that, this is an actual, like, other artists are actually relying on these commissions and, like, the value to be, an amount that is valuable, so that they can go ahead and use this practically in the near term. But I'm privileged. It feels so bad to say, like, I'm privileged, but, like, For me, um, yeah, like Bitcoin is really, it's an investment. And like any project, NFT project I buy is, well, I don't buy that much, but it's more for like the person. So even if like the project itself is a failure, like I'm just buying into the person. I don't like hype projects. Like I don't believe in the hype. I think the majority of them are scams. I don't want to be like hyped and then be scammed. I would rather, someone be like, "Oh, well, I made this and it's for, something mundane." And then I just like the art and then I buy it.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
It's like NFTs, like this is just actually the beginning.
Yeah.
5 years time, it's going to be like
in like 5 years it's going to be more established. I like, you're cutting out, so I'm just going to put words in your mouth. Hope you don't mind. But in like 5 years it's going to look a lot different than it does now. The entire environment.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we all hoped it should be.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, and it's like any other social media. Like the first people on YouTube, they made it big because before the people were popular, and since they have established themselves as a brand, they became the rich people on YouTube. The people that were early adopters to OpenSea, I'm sure, are the most popular or like really successful on OpenSea because like they had the seniority in there. It's happened with like basically all the social medias. So like it's never a bad thing to establish you or your brand and have like the network, and like it's much better to have like build your network now. That way in 3 years you can pull your audience and get something done. Yeah, I'm unsure if that made sense at all, because like I started this brand, Banned Books Art, from zero in May, and I'm just now at like 1,700 followers, which isn't, I shouldn't say like just, but like I'm still like a small account, but I'm working on it, and like a year or two from now I'll have 10,000 followers, and then hopefully if I start a new project and I say like, hey, artists that I've been producing this value for, why don't we try this other project? And then hopefully, because people know me, it'll be one of those things that we can drop and get hundreds of people buying from it. Like that's the real, like, I mean, I guess that's the dream, to be able to have the influence to have good ideas and then have enough people listening to your ideas to buy into it.
Yeah, it's really encouraging to people to really know what you're saying and understand and believe what you're saying. That's one of the best feelings, actually. Wait, what is your time over there?
Oh, it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. So it's been an hour. It's late for you. I understand if you need to go. There is one thing that I probably shouldn't be saying on live stream, but I'm going to ask you about it anyway. So, next month, I don't know if you are actually going to submit something for the Grimm's Fairy Tales, but if I created like a still shot, like how I created for you, I actually wound up doing it because I wound up running out of time, but like we did. Wow, I really thought that I had done this for you. But I was trying to do like 1 minute introductory videos of like.
Hi, my name is Amy and I am the creator of Banned Books Art.
With like welcome to the gallery and like showing their art and then like clicking on it and going through. But if I did a still shot of like your art and had like Scarlet Letter or like Grimm's Fairy Tales opening up, blah blah blah, and then gave you like 10 NFTs that were minted that had like your like a certain percentage was going to the charity, a certain percentage was going to you, and a certain percentage was going to Banned Books Art. Would you like to be able to sell your own tickets to the gallery?
I really could not really understand everything. I was hearing you, but I could not really understand the.
No, okay. So I'm thinking about creating NFT tickets to the gallery that like each ticket has like the artwork from us, like each of the artists that are in the gallery. That way it's like an NFT that is split between like you, me, and the charity. I was wondering if you would like that to like have something to like promote.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take that as a yes, Amy, you should actually do that. Because sometimes, like, you have to talk about things a few times, and then you're like, of course I'll do that in the future. But then if you talk about it enough, people will start expecting it to actually get done. So I will try to do that next month. Just create, like, tickets that are NFTs, and then the artist gets a certain percentage, and Banned Books Art gets a certain percentage, and then the charity gets the rest of it. And that way you can promote, like it's a natural promotion for Banned Books Art, and hopefully we'll get more people to actually come to the gallery opening and maybe like, yeah. So yeah, this will be fun. Anyway, it's been an hour and you probably need to go to bed or go to a chill space or something, but it's been lovely to talk with you, James.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I think I already submitted art for the next month. Really about it actually. But anyway, let's just stop. Let's talk about it on Twitter later.
Yes, we'll do that. You're welcome anytime into any of my galleries. So, so, but yeah, I think we're gonna go. It's been an amazing chat with you, James, and yeah, hopefully for the 10 p.m. one, we will actually get other people in the room. So I will try to do that. So, yeah. Anyway, have a good night. Yes, end the event. End the screen thing. Ending OBS if I can find it. Have a good night. I don't know who all saw this. I'm still not amazing at this, but yeah, James Walker is amazing. And please check out his art. And yeah, have a good night.